Here we have an iPad Pro 9.7 that came in for repair. Let's read what the customer wrote, and we'll take it from there. Tablet won't turn on after trying to replace broken screen. Short and simple. The tablet won't turn on after the customer attempted to replace the screen. I can tell we have the blue tape on top, and also the battery does not look good. Customer may have removed the battery. We do not know the condition of the battery connector. We currently have a separator to separate the battery from the motherboard. But right now, the tablet is not turning on after screen replacement. Now, the first thing that we did was plug the charging cable, and we do see the tablet charging normally. So there's no reason to believe that there's any power issues with the motherboard, and no reason to believe that the charging circuit is not functional or that the battery is not functional, because the tablet is taking a good charge, even though the battery does not look good. The battery has to be changed. If we do not change it, it's going to expand and it's going to cause damage. Just quick visual inspection. And I already see what the problem is. Initial inspection. It looks like whoever worked on this may have applied heat, which caused that connector to melt. We do see melting on the connector. I see a hole here and a hole here, and those holes, under those holes, we have filters responsible for the backlight. I've done a lot of 9.7-inch iPads, and a lot of them, they suffer from this very same issue. If we remove this, it looks like the customer attempted to work on this area as well. So the customer did not only change the screen, but he went into something that's not part of what he does. And he caused more damage. Not a problem. We do not know if this connector is still usable. It looks usable, but we're going to have to find out. Let's apply some flux. We need to remove this component. The one on top is already gone. We're going to have to remove this one here. And gone. Let's turn the anti-glare light on. Very nice. Right now, I do not know what's going on with this scratched pad. I just want to make sure that this pad is making a connection right here, and that's perfect. And if we test the ground, perfect. It's not making a connection with ground. So we should be able to use the pad, the scratched pad, no problem. We're going to add some flux, just a tiny bit of flux. This looks like it's a lot, but it's not. I mean, that component is microscopic. I'm zoomed in a lot, but that component is microscopic. And for this one, we're going to be using the NF.mini soldering pen. We need a tiny tip because a big tip will not fit in between the components. That knife tip is perfect. See? Awesome. And we're going to have to tin the pads on top. Let's grab a filter. And you can purchase those filters off our site. We have all sizes, 1005, 201, 402, 603, and I believe 805. A very common failing point on iPads. To grab that component, what I'm going to do is dip that tweezer in Flux. And then grab it. You see? You have to use your brains. The brain is a very nice tool to have if you know how to use it. I always mention this. Now the area is very delicate. We have a plastic connector here. We have that thing right there. What if we solder that component using a soldering iron and not hot air? And we're good. What we can do is measure from here. See? Perfect. Now we're gonna do the other filter. Perfect. We got it. Just a tiny bit of hot air without overdoing it. And that component is solid. We can also measure to make sure that we have a good connection. Let's measure from here to right here. Awesome. We did it. I just added solder mask for extra stability. Look at the area where I soldered, right over the top connector. I have a penny here if you want to compare. That component is microscopic. You cannot see it. So we soldered one below the connector and one above the connector. That's where all the magic happened. I'm gonna hand this over to Big Boss to reassemble and test, and I'll be back to finish the video. Right, so I gave the tablet to Big Boss and he said the customer did not mail over a screen with the tablet. So we got a broken screen from our shop, and right there, tablet is turning on. Can you open it? And that's the customer's battery I was telling you about. The customer needs a battery replacement as well as a screen. And the tablet is working. Thank you, Big Boss, the boss of all bosses. My dad, right here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll do something else in the next video.